Gideon Jura.
Yeah, that's a sweet brew.
Yeah, Vault of the Archangel and Grim Backwoods too. So this is going to be exciting.
We use Grim Backwoods?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Awesome. Sack your Mortar Pod token. Or your Grave Titan. Okay. Ron leads off with Razor Fridge Ticket Go. Pat had a tap land, but on turn 2 he has a Doom Traveler and another tap land. Those Glacial Fortresses are just so awkward in the human deck.
Yeah, when you don't have the planes to go with them.
You signed up for Two-Headed
Frown Town.
Please head on over to the Shitted Dragon.
Nice to see that Pat Price is playing a proper amount of land in this human deck. He's playing 24.
We'll get you all seated. We'll get you all building your decks.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Two-Headed Giant players.
Pat Price plays Thalia, which will be very good against Ron.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good.
So Ron dropped to 19 last turn also.
Ron is another tap land, and if he did have a Remagrowth or something, he would not be able to cast it because of the Thalia.
Right.
Pat going to attack for 3 here. Drop Ron out of 16.
And we'll see what he has for a follow-up on turn 4. Looks like he's going to add a Champion of the Parish to the board, followed by a Grand Abolisher.
Ooh, nice.
So dropping tons of permanents into play. If Ron has a Day of Judgment, he'll take a big hit next turn, but the turn after that, his opponent will be left with no permanents, except a 1/1 Spirit. So basic planes. And Lingering Souls for 4 mana. So those will provide some chump blockers for Ron. Try and buy him enough time to get something like a Gideon online, a Day of Judgment, Grave Titan, Wormcoil, something like that.
That's something that's really nice about Lingering Souls. It just so many uses, that card.
Yeah. It can go beat down, it can go control. And Pat Price this turn drew a Guardian's Pledge, which he's not going to be able to play because of Thalia.
Yeah, once he gets another land though, that's an instant speed over in effect.
That's going to be a lot of damage. So right now he's going to turn them all sideways. And it's up to Ron to figure out the best way to block. I think if he has a Day of Judgment in his hand, he's definitely blocking Doom Traveler.
Yep.
His other Spirit, though, we'll see. So yep, Thalia, Doom Traveler. He'll trade that 1/1 for a 1/1 over a different stripe.
Whoa, did he just not block the Thalia?
I think he
jumped
did.
And
I think he chumped the Thalia and blocked the Doom Traveler.
Wasn't Thalia 2/1?
First strike.
Oh, it is a first striker. I always forget that. Man, that card's so good.
It really is.
That card's insane.
And it's Judgment Day.
Yep.
Judgment Day in the house. All the creatures go to the graveyard. And now Pat Price is left with a Guardian's Pledge. Sort of letting you know when that card is not that good. And another Thalia. Land number 4. Pat Price has not had a come into play untapped land this entire game. Vault of the Archangel, and what looks to be a Wormcoil.
That's Wormcoil engine.
Oh, yes, it is. Says go. And Pat will, of course, Fiend Hunter this. And get in for 2. Bring Ron to 10.
Another Day of Judgment would be game.
Oh, yeah. We'll see if he has that. He actually doesn't have that many ways to kill a Fiend Hunter in his deck.
He has 3 Oblivion Rings, right? And he has...
Yep. He has Days.
Days and Oblivion Rings. So he's 6 cards in his deck that do it. 5 are left in his deck right now.
Yep. Garrett Relentless doesn't do it. Gideon Jura does it slowly, but there's Day of Judgment. Wormcoil comes back into play, leaving Pat Price with lands and a Guardian's Pledge. And unless this is no ring, which it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's going to be pretty tough.
It's going to be really tough at this point.
Pat Price has 2 Fiend Hunters left in his deck and 1 Oblivion Ring. Those are his outs right now.
But even then, I mean, Ron's got a full grip.
Right. It'll still be an uphill battle. Oof. Lingering Souls.
Plus he has another Lingering Souls in his graveyard still.
Yeah. So he has access to 4 more spirits after those 2.
Yeah. Is that just rampant growth? I think he's got an Elder Snort in his hand if it's just a rampant growth there over casting another.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah. And
Ron Xidea has such a mana-intensive deck. He's playing 26 lands, 4 rampant growth, 4 Manalith. So this is a 34 mana source deck.
I'm surprised there's that one shield trade over another Elder Snort.
Yeah, Elder Snort just seems too good. With no way to tutor them up, also. It's
Elder Snort attacking for the victory. Oh, no. Oh, that's strange.
Just 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's good enough. Like,
and flashbacks, Lingering Souls, perhaps? Nope, Garrick. At this point, if you're Ron, do you even play out any more spells?
no.
Why even give your opponent
It's
the
like
information?
you just watch all this stuff coming down.
Right. So it transforms his Garrick by killing a spirit, and he'll pass. He'll be able to sack his Wormcoil next turn, tutor up an Elder Snort.
And he's continuing to play spells, letting Pat see every single angle of his deck.
Yep.
You don't really need to do that.
Absolutely no reason to play Manalith there. So Pat Price packs it in, and the players will go to their sideboards.
Looking at these sideboards here, Pat Price has access to, what's he going to bring in here? He has an Oblivion Ring, he has 3 Mana Leaks, which are definitely coming in.
Yes. Angelic Destiny, I have to imagine we'll see that one.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when he's on the play.
Yep. Sword of War and Peace is an interesting one. Only protection from white.
But when your opponent's casting Lingering Souls,
Yes.
that's pretty good.
It is. I expect to see the swords. I have to imagine he'll take out those Guardian's Pledges for swords. Versus a deck with Day of Judgment, Guardian's Pledge is just miserable, unfortunately. Now, if it were all like, say, White Weenie Mirrors or White Weenie on Delver, I would like Guardian's Pledge a lot more. But with all the Slag Storms and Day of Judgments, not so much. Ron Xidea has Grafdigger's Cages, Ratchet Bombs, Gliss of the Traitor, Metamorphs, Thruns, Acidic Slimes, Karn Liberated, and another Wormcoil. So I have to imagine we'll see the Wormcoil. That'll be for sure. Gliss of the Traitor, Ratchet Bomb. Other than that, though, maybe Thrun, just to have something to block with. Something that gets around Thalia's other ability. But other than that, his deck's already pretty well set up to beat a creature deck. Day of Judgment, Mortar Pods, Planeswalkers.
Competitive draft number 1. We have found that 8th player.
Grim Backwoods. I can't wait to see that card activated. One of the coolest cards from the new set, but just hasn't really found a home yet. Pretty expensive
Maybe
at what it
this is
does.
the home.
Number 1. Please report to the Shivan Dragons side events banner.
Christian Caudill asks, why do some people play with lands above creatures? I don't really know. Just how some people learn to play. I know PV does that. But you can put your cards however you want to.
Hey, you could have your lands on the side and your creatures on the other.
You could have a pile of lands and creatures up top, and then another pile of lands and enchantments at the bottom, and then Planeswalkers in the middle, and do whatever you wanted, really.
Patrick Chapin, for a while, just had all of his cards all over the table.
Really?
We played against him.
No, I
He
never
thought
did
it like
his doing
threw
that.
his opponent off. But I think it also threw him off.
Probably. I think it's pretty hard to play when your cards are so strangely aligned. Because really, Magic is sort of a game of your permanence, more than their permanence. So,
I mean, it's both, right?
yeah, it is, but you're attacking with your permanence.
Yeah, I like to play with all my cards on an angle.
Ooh,
You know.
that's a little weird. I'm sort of like at a 15-degree angle, so...
I just play with everything upside down.
Oh,
including
okay.
my hand.
That's called the Adrian Sullivan. Right there. If
That way your opponent knows what's going on more than you do.
Yeah. Actually, I've definitely played against Adrian when he does that. It's really disconcerting. I don't know why, but it's really difficult to play when he's doing that.
Really?
Yeah, I find it really difficult. It's just, for some reason, the alignment of the cards is just... I can't get it straight in my mind. I think they're on my side of the battlefield instead of his. which makes no sense. Maybe I'm
Because
just...
it happened to me, and I was just like, what? Why is
What's going
what's
on?
that?
Yeah. It's like dyslexia, but upside down dyslexia, not left-right. I'm sure they have that, right?
Probably upside down dyslexia. Google search. Go.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Oh, it's still called dyslexia.
I see. Up-down reading and dyslexia.
Seems to make sense.
Yeah, sure does.
We are looking for either Ashley Bryant or Bryant Ashley. If one of these
Andrew
names is
Mertez tweets in,
yours,
I've started putting lands up top just to bother people. Well,
your other players would like to
you can
play.
do that if you want. People would probably call you a troll. Cool, but hey, that's fine.
You'd also maybe suggest to your opponent that you want to play your cards on his side of the table, and then he can play his on your side of the table.
That'd be fun.
Maybe
Maybe
when you attack, you're like attacking yourself.
Right.
Vice versa.
Maybe like split it right down the middle, so someone's cards are on the left and someone's cards are on the right.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I like these ideas.
Yeah. We should implement them at the next tournament. Okay, so it looks like the players have their openers. And Pat Price will be on the play. He's keeping his hand. That's a lot of Hero of Blade holds. That might be 3 heroes in his hand.
Alright, a turn 1 Doom Traveler. Whenever I'm playing one of these things, I feel like I'm a Doom Traveler.
That's what we all are.
Pat Price tag for 1, Ron falling to 19 here.
And no turn 2 play. Yeah, I think that's 3 Hero of Blade holds in Pat Price's hand. So those are really good against Day of Judgment because they all just basically demand a day just by themselves. Or an O-ring.
Yeah, I mean, that's a threat that can kill somebody all by itself.
Yeah, one-man army. So Ron just rampant growthing, fixing his mana a little bit. He was really happy to not see Thalia on turn 2.
Makes a big difference for him.
Yeah. Turn 2 Thalia on the play is so much better than a turn 2 Thalia on the draw.
Brad Nelson on Twitter says the first time that Adrian Selman did that to him, he was like, cool, it's just like Magic Online.
That's perfect. So Mirren Crusader comes out for Pat Price to go with that Moorland Haunt. If he ever draws blue mana, that'll be active. So Ron gets to untap on his turn 4, or with 4 mana available at 18 life. Just a huge life total against a human deck. And that's the problem with this hand that Pat Price kept. Does he even play the Hero of Bladehold here?
I think you need to. Like, you're applying a lot of pressure, but maybe you do need to.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough spot, especially keeping a hand like that, because it's sort of just all the eggs in one basket if he plays it.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to do that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to hope they don't have it. And Ron only has 3 Day of Judgment in his deck with no card manipulation, so he might not. So
Number 5, Ron's going to fall to 13 here. See, does Pat decide he's going to go for it?
yeah. I think if I had a blue land, I wouldn't. But I think without a blue land, you just have to play the hero.
Yeah, that's fine. I like it.
Yeah.
I think I play it also. You just want the clock to be faster. You're like racing an Hellish Norn here.
Oh, Day of Judgment right off the top for Ron.
Really?
Yep.
Oof.
And I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Because I can't imagine... Even a Worm Coil is just so much riskier than a Day of Judgment here. So... There they go. All to the graveyard. Pat will get a 1/1 Spirit.
And another hero coming down for him, though.
Yep. Oh, Honor the Peer. Only had that one last turn.
Yeah, that would have been much better.
Yeah. So that Spirit drops around to 12, and Hero Bladehold.
Yeah, but the Beyond the Pure coming down next turn, it's very, very reasonable threat.
It is. That's actually lethal. If I mean, we know Ron has something, but if Ron doesn't have anything, that would be lethal.
I mean, it's just so much damage.
Yeah.
4 from the hero, and then 3 from each of the tokens he has on the table. It's a lot.
10 right there, plus 3 from the spirit, and that's 13. Ooh, Greg Mitchell tweets in, Chaos Orb was a big threat in the beginning with how you sort of arrange your permanents. I guess that makes sense.
Oh, that is true.
Wow. It's an entire another level to the game that you don't often think about.
Yeah.
Is that card legal in Vintage?
No.
It's a shame.
How's that a shame?
Because it's a cool card.
We have
All right.
our cube.
Yeah.
I like dexterity cards.
Oh.
I think it's fun.
It is fun. The Wormcoil Engine comes down for Ron along with the Razor Verge Thicket. And Pat, we know he doesn't have a Fiend Hunter or an Oblivion Ring, but Ron doesn't.
Yeah,
Ron
at this point, I think he just plays another hero, and then passes the next turn. Hopefully, he can cast an Honor of the Pier and just win through the Wormcoil.
I think so too.
That's fine.
It's the only real line of play he has available to him. Like, sure, he
Yeah.
could play the Honor of the Pier, get through for a net of 3 damage, but
That's not
that's
profitable.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah. He's really just got to play hero and pass.
Oh, he. Okay.
Yeah.
Attack for
Attacks
1.
for 1.
Pings him down to 11. So it looks like Pat found the play as well. Although he has to be thinking about another day of Judgment because that would just be crippling for him. But at this point in time,
Yeah, at this point, even if he has the other day, you would just lose no matter what.
Right.
Right.
He
So
can't afford to play around it.
nice tight play by Pat here.
So Ron untaps, draws. Playing him close to the chest here. Can't quite see what he has, except that's an Elspeth Tyrell.
Ooh, and I think that's good enough, right? Just making
I think
small
so.
ones.
I imagine we'll see an attack from Wormcoil and then Elspeth.
Grim backwards.
Grim backwards. Sack Wormcoil.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. In response to your Oblivion Ring, I sack it. Glissa. Wow, so he chooses not to play the Elspeth. Well, I guess he still has the mana for it.
But yeah, Glissa's got some fun interactions here with all the stuff that Ron's doing.
Yeah, he does.
Like if this wasn't such a tight game right now, then that would just completely take the game over in like a couple turns worth of action.
Okay, so he does play the Elspeth also. That's good.
He goes up.
Okay, Elspeth goes up to 6, gains 2 life. 13. This might be the window that Pat needs to seal this game.
Yep. That goes here. Honor the Pier.
He says,
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think so too. I think he just played into lethal.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just made 3 guys and been fine, but...
Well, let's see. That's
2, 3, 4. So that's 16 from those 4. It's 20, 24. That's another 4.
well, he blocks the
28.
2 heroes.
So he blocks the 2 heroes. Then
Yeah, that's it.
he goes to 19, then he takes 20.
20 damage when he's at
1.
19. Wow, so Ron, if he
Quick
just
math
made,
by Pat, too. That's
yeah,
pretty sweet.
It was. He's just like, okay,
Nice.
yes, you are dead. Untap, slam it, you dead. So Ron,
And given if that's your plan, like you're counting it as your
Right.
opponent's playing their cards.
right. So if Ron just didn't gain 2 life, but instead made 3 tokens, which is in effect gaining 12 life, he would have easily won that game. Or if he had attacked with the Wormcoil, either one of those things would have done it.
Yeah. Well, attacking with the Wormcoil would not have done it.
Right. Well, he would have to attack with Wormcoil, then sack to the Grim backwards.
Yeah.
I mean. So pretty much any play for Ron would have won that game, except the one he made. Wasn't thinking about the Honor of the Pier. Was probably trying to play around something else. So now the players will go back to their sideboards. I imagine there'll be a little tweaking on play versus draw. At least there probably should be.
Yeah,
We'll see if there
especially
is.
for Pat.
Yes, exactly. Ron's pretty much going to stay the same regardless. Pat, he can bring in something like, or he will not bring in something mana intensive. So in this matchup, who do you think's favored?
I would not feel comfortable saying it's favored one way or the other.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
I think it's really close. I think if I had to, I would give the edge to the Grim Backwoods deck.
As would I. But I mean, it's so new and so strange that I just don't know how to, accurately judge its power level.
Yeah, I mean, on its surface, it doesn't really look that fast, but Day of Judgment does a heck of a lot against the human deck at playing cleanup. And he also has these mortar pods that haven't really come into play yet. Which mortar pod seems like it's a strange addition to the deck.
Yeah, mortar pod. I don't know how much I like mortar pod here.
Yeah, it does go well with Day of Judgment in that it's like an early creature and it lives through it. It goes all right with Lingering Souls. You can machine something down, but in this deck, I think you want to be using your mana to do other things, like cast Planeswalkers.
I just want to play more Elesh Norns.
Yeah, that too. I mean, if you're playing 4 Rampant Growth, 4 Manalith, why not just play the biggest, best fatty you can find?
Yeah.
The card that's game over for 70% of the decks in Standard.
I also feel like you need 4 Day in this deck. He's playing 3, but
Yeah. Or at least one in the sideboard, if nothing else.
yeah, it's not like a control deck where you're like grinding it out, where you want like 1 or 2 days in your deck to like draw, to like search for with your Ponders or whatever,
Right.
or Forbidden Alchemies. No, you're a deck with very little card manipulation. It's just trying to literally bide time until you just start doing things that are way more powerful than anything else that's available in the format.
Exactly. And Shieldred is good, and it's a good answer to other Elesh Norns, but I don't think that that's really what you care about. I think a deck like this, you just need consistency, because what Ramp deck lack is really consistency when it gets down to it. It has to draw threats and ramp and support. So there you see the players, Ron on the left, Pat on the right. Pat we saw playing earlier in a feature match too, I think as early as round 2. So he's been on camera at least twice and has been doing pretty well.
Both these players undefeated here in round 5, 4-0.
Yep.
Still a long road ahead, 4 more rounds after this.
Yeah, no one is safe.
And no one is safe right now.
You can't even feel too comfortable sitting at 4-0.
No. I've started 4-0 in many tournaments where I've been on my way home before even the last round of Swiss.
Yeah. I definitely remember...
Too many tournaments to count.
Yeah, a depressing number of tournaments at that. I still remember Extended a couple seasons ago. It was a 9-round tournament. I played you in the last round. You went on to win that PTQ.
I did win that PTQ.
I was 6-0 with 3 rounds left. All 3 rounds I was playing for top 8. I lost all 3 of the last rounds.
Oh no.
That was brutal.
I'm sorry.
That was probably my worst. I mean, as long as you won the PTQ, that's fine.
Yeah, you actually said to me, you were like, Jake, you're like, it's okay that you beat me right now, but you have to win the PTQ.
Right, exactly. It was a rule.
I did.
Otherwise, I wouldn't
did.
have let you beat me.
Yeah.
Well, not let you. All right, so Ron on the play, Forest go, Pat on the draw, Seachrome Coast, Doom Traveler go. So Ron on his turn 2 would love to have a Rampant Growth here, but we'll see what he has. And that is a growth, pulling himself ahead to 3 mana to Pat's 1.
So he clearly has Black Source in hand already.
Right.
Searching for that. Or, maybe he just sideboarded out the... So he's like splashing like a lot of... Like it's almost like he's splashing Grave Titan and Shieldred.
Yeah. And
really
the flashback
weird.
on Lingering Souls. It almost seems like he could take the black out of his deck, only flashback Lingering Souls, and add just some different cards. I think that would be fine.
Honor of the Pure coming down. Doom Traveler attacking for 2 here. Ron falling to 18.
Yep.
Very good start from Pat. That's going to give him some nice resistance to Day of Judgment, allow him to, play another threat to the board.
Right. It definitely will. The Honor of the Pure will not die today, of course.
and a Manolith.
Manolith.
That's probably like, what? I guess he saw it in game 1.
Another Rampant Growth, so he's going to be on
He can
7
Elish Nordic.
mana.
And I mean, right now Pat has 2 lands in play.
Yeah.
It's always so weird when you have 2 lands in play and your opponent has like 4 lands and a Manolith. 5 lands and a Manolith.
Yeah. You don't know whether you should be excited or not, because he could easily just have flooded out and not have any action yet. But you could also just be dead.
You might be dead. If his hand is land Elish Norn, you're dead.
Yes. Now, Ron, I saw Ron had a Phyrexian Metamorph in his hand, so interesting that he sided that one in. Goes well with his Glissa the Trader, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting they sided that one in.
I guess he really needs a way to beat Geist of St. Traft, was maybe his thinking.
Oh, that makes sense. That's
Copying Fiend
reasonable.
Hunter's pretty good, too.
Yeah.
So, Pat attacks for 2 more, and did he just say go? Wow, it just says go. I see a hero in his hand, 2 heroes in his hand, I believe. So again, just mono hero draw.
It's going to be rough for him at this point. Well, it all depends on what Ron has. Ron could just have something that's like not really that good, like Shieldred doesn't really do anything.
Right. Garrett
just like
Relentless doesn't really do that much right now.
Yeah, pretty bad. So I mean, like if he's ramming into these cards that don't really matter, then
Yeah.
it's fine.
Then
That's why
really
you want
good for
all
Pat.
of your cards that you're ramping into to matter.
That'd be very high impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, 6 mana.
Worm Coil. That's high impact.
That is it's about as high impact as you can get. Of course, Ron wishes it was a Grave Titan, but you can't have everything. Relic Warder takes the Worm Coil.
Pretty nice.
I like it. So 2 to you, says Pat, dropping Ron to 14. And I see no Day of Judgment in Ron's hand.
Yeah.
Draws another land. Razor Verge Thicket. Is that an Acidic Slime in his hand? Wow,
like
interesting. Now, he has a choice. He can kill Honor or he can kill the blue source. But if that's resolving, I have to... I'm not sure I like that. I think I probably would have killed the Honor.
The Honor's worth a lot of damage. You know that he has cards like Hero and stuff in his deck.
Right.
Dropping Ron down to 12 here. Pat, does he have another play?
I think he has a Thalia in his hand. And that can successfully attack through Acidic Slime.
Yeah, I think he just wants to dump as much stuff on the table as he possibly can, right?
I think so too. Elite Vanguard.
Like if his opponent had a Wrath, he would have played it.
Right, of course. He can deduce that Ron does not have Wrath. So Champion and Elite Vanguard come down. The Champion picks up a +1/+1 counter.
Ron has been good at drawing them off the top, though.
Yeah, true. Isolated Chapel. Manolith in hand for Ron, so he's really flooded this game. Not sure what his other spell is. But whatever it is, he has to cast it. Oh my god, is this Shieldred? Shieldred! Now, imagine if that was Elish Norn right now. The game would be over.
Yeah.
So upkeep, sack a creature. He'll bin the Doom Traveler, of course. Getting a 1/1. But Pat still can't hit a land for that hero.
And killing that blue source has actually been pretty good.
As it turns out, it was good because Pat has missed twice on land.
It's not what I would have done, but
Right.
turns out it was right.
Based on the cards, how the cards fell, yeah.
Yeah.
So now Pat has an interesting situation because he can't really attack. The Leonin Relic Order can never enter combat. And all he has a 3/2, a 3/3, and a 2/2 Summoning Sick Flyer. I think he just has to say go. Oh, okay. Relic Warder will remove Manolith. Irrelevant at this point. He just needs the body. And yep, Pat just sitting with 2 Hero of Bladehold. And no creature to return. Manolith, go. So now Ron has no cards in his hand.
Yeah.
And he's just hoping that this Shield Dread can get it done. Oh, an Angelic Destiny. Jeez.
Nobody wants to see it all there.
No, there are only 2 more 4-drops in Pat Price's deck right now.
We addressed Doom Traveler, though. That's pretty good.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a Destiny.
Yeah, I also thought it was going to be a Destiny.
Yeah.
And,
Doom Traveler is a great draw, yeah.
it's the best thing besides a land.
Yeah, it is.
Of course, a land is just so like demonstrably better than any other draw step right now for him.
Yeah. Seachrome Coast? How about that land?
Never mind.
What's better, a Coast or a Doom Traveler right now?
Doom Traveler.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Garruk Relentless. So that'll take out the flyer. Also could have taken out the Relic Order with the Worm Coil under it.
Yeah, I wonder if that would have been better.
I'm not sure. I think that's probably what I would have done. Oh, and another Hero Blade
Oh
Hold
my
from
goodness,
Pat
that's really
Price.
just about the only thing he could have drawn that he can't
Yeah,
cast
this
here.
is demoralizing for Pat Price.
Yeah.
Just has all
Pat
these
drawing
heroes.
really poorly here.
Yeah, as it turned out, that Acidic Slime was the difference maker. I would have lost this match by now. I would have signed the slip. So a 7 mana spell from Ron. Could this be an Elesh Norn? Oh my God, an Elesh Norn off the top.
Wow.
Pat scoops the Spirit Token away, and his creatures are 1/1, 1/1, and 2/2.
Ron Xidea having the deck thrown at him.
And attacks for 8 fear. And this one is all over but the crying. As Garruk will make a wolf. Now, it's interesting to note that the Garruk the Veil Curse could have just tutored up Elesh Norn by sacking a Acidic Slime, but having it roll right off the top of the deck's pretty nice too.
Yeah, I mean...
So... Pat sacks the Relic Order with Manolith under it. And drew Glacial Fortress, but that is not going to do it. That's going to be too late. Hero Bladehold's going to make some 1/1s that will immediately die, some 2/2s that will immediately die.
Well, just, state-based deaths.
Right. Yeah, if Ron just turns all his creatures sideways now, the game is over.
Yeah, the game's over now at this point.
Ron, can you hear us? The game's over. So the 1-2 combo of Shield Dread Elesh Norn propelled Ron Xidea to 5-0. Ron just wants to make sure.
It's just so powerful.
Oh yeah, such a gigantic swing.
This is what are we thinking about right now?
James Allen says on Twitter, "See, you put the lands out front to form a wall to keep your critters safe." I like it.
I like it too. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, we're just waiting at this point for Ron to attack. Well, he activated his Garruk using the survival ability.
Okay. Not sure what he's going to get right now.
Well, actually, that he doesn't have lethal anymore because he did that, right?
I think that's how the math worked out on it. Yeah.
So he doesn't have lethal anymore, and it doesn't matter though.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
he's won the game so solidly. Like at this point, he's probably just kind of having fun under the camera, like showing everybody like all the cool things his deck can do.
Like my deck is awesome.
Which is
Check
awesome.
this out. Yeah. I can't really blame him. He knows that Pat doesn't play Day of Judgment in his deck. He knows that for a fact. So
yeah, there's no chance that'll happen. So he gets a Worm Coil Engine. Just attacking with Acidic Slime.
Okay. Drops Pat to 8.
4. That's going to 8.
He's just toying with his food now.
Yeah. Another
Manolith.
And then a Worm Coil Engine. Doesn't want to bluff something with the Manolith. Alright. Pat, sacrifice the champion of the parish.
And there's the
goes
hand.
for the handshake.
Wow. So a resounding victory for Ron Xidea. We really got to see his deck at full power there. Just ramp, then bam, Shieldred, bam, Elesh Norn. Worm Coil, another Worm Coil.
Yeah, just
Wow.
tons of powerful things flying all over.
That was awesome. What a cool deck.
Cats and dogs living together.
Titans and Worm Coil.